equilibrium condition for completely submerged body. So in completely submerged body, the centroid of the body, that means area center, is the center of buoyancy. If center of buoyancy is above the center of gravity, or it is known as mass center, then the body is in stable equilibrium. Example: submarine, floating balloons, etc. So this is the thing that is for equilibrium condition for completely submerged body. Let's try to understand this. So suppose uh, there is a shape like that here. There is a bowl like shape here. So here what is happen here, there is a body is there, there is a any type of body is there, and if you apply some force in that direction, the body will go to this position and again coming back to this position. So as it is coming back to the original position, then it is known as positive restoring couple. And suppose if the surface is like this is the surface here, and the body here in this position. Now if you apply some force in that direction, the body will goes here and goes in that direction, but body cannot come to this position again. So that is known as negative restoring couple, and this is the unbalanced condition. Okay, now here what is happen, there is a flat surface here, and this is the initial position of the body. And now if you apply some force on the right side, after some time the body will again get in equilibrium position like this position. So here this body is in equilibrium condition, so this is known as zero restoring couple. So here this is known as positive restoring couple, because this body coming back to the original position. Here this is known as negative restoring couple, because this body cannot come to the original position. So this is known as unbalanced condition or negative restoring couple. And if the body take the new position, then it is known as zero restoring couple. Now let's try to understand one thing that is very important. Suppose there is a wood. Okay, there have the centroid of the body, and there is a center of gravity. Okay, so C for centroid of body, or it is also known as area center. So C or B, it is denoted C or B. C or B is the centroid of the body, that is area center, and G is the center of gravity, and it is also known as mass center. So here there is a wood here. Now this body have some portion which is made up by wood, and some portion there is a iron. Now if you want to calculate the centroid of the body and center of gravity, in that case the centroid of the body, that is denoted by C, that is always above the center of gravity G. So here this C is known as centroid of the body or area center. So in that point, from this point, the buoyancy force which is acting on the upward direction, and here G is the center of gravity. So from here the weight of the body is acting. We know that weight of the body will always act on the center of gravity or mass center. Now if you want to apply some force in that direction, so apply. So here this is the location here, so this is the location, this is the vertical position here. Just you apply some force, due to that this position will be this. Now when in that case the C is in upward direction, but we know that buoyancy force in upward direction, and G is at point G, the weight of the body which is acting downward direction. So here there is a torque is generated in that direction. Okay, in that direction. So there is a opposite. So you apply the force in that direction, but there is a opposite couple which is generated due to this AB and W force, because so AB is upward direction and W is downward direction. So this is the positive restoring couple which is created. So this is known as stable equilibrium. Now if suppose the iron is in the upside here, and there is wood that is below the iron. Now if you want to see the center of gravity, so the center of gravity G is above the center of the body. Okay, So now if you apply some force in that direction, so if you apply some force here, if you apply some force here, the body will tilt it like this. So this is the body like tilted here. So G is in this position and C is this position. So G is here, G is here, C is here, C is here. Now G is the downward direction. So W is acting downward direction and buoyancy force which is acting upward direction. And you apply some force in that direction. So in that case, the weight is acting. So just focus on this W and FB. So W is in downward direction and FB is in upward direction. So there is this type of couple will be created. Means this body will go in that direction also. That means this is the unbalance or unstable equilibrium. Means the couple which is acting in the direction of applied, the restoring couple which is acting in the direction of applied couple. So that's why it is the unbalanced or unstable equilibrium. So this is known as negative restoring couple. Very important. This is known as negative restoring couple because this body cannot come back to the original position again. That means the vertical position again. So this is the negative restoring couple. Now let's try to focus on the floating balloon. So for floating balloon, so this is the floating balloon here. In that balloon there is a helium gas and this floating balloon is in the air here. So is in the air. Now here G is the center of gravity. So G is here is the center of gravity and G is acting downward direction. Weight which is acting downward direction from the G. And there is a buoyancy force which is acted. So buoyancy force is above the center of gravity. So B. So where the buoyancy force is acting in upward direction. Now if you apply some force like this, if you apply some couples in that direction, the restoring couple will be, so this is opposite, this will be in opposite sign, so this will be this sign, so this is the sign here. So what will happen, so this is the vertical position and if you apply some force in that direction, so here the buoyancy force and gravity force which will make the body in that position. That means the balloon will come back to this position again. So this is known as a positive restoring couple. Okay, so in that way the stable equilibrium condition maintained for the floating balloon. Now if you focus on the submarine, here, so for submarine this is the ballast tank is there and G is the center of gravity and B is the center of body, the centroid of the body. Now from B the buoyancy force which is acting in upward direction and W is the weight which is acting downward direction from G. Now in that case here this is in stable equilibrium. Why? Because the center of buoyancy is above the center of gravity. So this is in stable equilibrium. Now what is happen if the W is greater than FB, that means weight of the body is greater than the buoyancy force, then it is in sink position. Okay, and if the weight of the body is less than FB, then it is in floating condition. Okay, so this is all about the submarine. So this is all about the concept which is important for equilibrium condition for completely submerged body. So this is my handwritten notes. You can download it from the description. Like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.